Thank you, Senator Lanza, Leader Ortt. Truly proud to stand here with Senator Lanza, a colleague of mine from the Manhattan DA's office. But also in our conference, we have Tony Palumbo, former district attorney in Suffolk County, and Fred Akshar, former sheriff's deputy from Broome County. We stand with the men in blue. We've stood strong with them throughout all of this attack on law enforcement in our country and in our state. And now we see in the city of Ithaca, that is in the 58th Senate District that I represent, Andrew Lanza says, what world do we live in? Well, we sometimes call it Planet Ithaca. We sometimes call it 5 square miles surrounded by reality. They're living true to their identity today with these policies to gut law enforcement in the city of Ithaca and the county of Tompkins. You know, it is the reason we have these individuals walking our streets is the weakening and lessening of criminal policy in this state by the Democrats in control of the legislature and by Governor Cuomo. No bail on most every crime on the books. No bail. Revolving door. Lessening of parole. How many cop killers have we read about in the past couple of years that have been released? Richard Rivera is one of many. But this reimagining of law enforcement in this state and in this country, while sounds great, and we want to have good policing in our communities, and we want to be fair to everyone, crime continues, and we will continue to need law enforcement armed and ready to defend us in our homes and in our communities. This reimagining of the City of Ithaca Police Department and eliminating a great number of police officers to have unarmed civilians responding to police calls will only end one way, and it's not going to be good for either the victim of a crime or that unarmed civilian responding to a complaint. You know, we found out Monday evening through a New York Post report that this Richard Rivera was serving on the City of Ithaca and Tompkins County Joint Task Force on Reimagining Police. Andrew Lanza and Rob Ortt detailed his history well, but he served 39 years in state prison for killing and executing a New York City police officer. Received parole just about a year and a half ago. And now the City of Ithaca thinks this individual should be involved in reforming and redesigning police in that community. It is appalling. It's appalling that that fact was hid from the public until 2 days before the vote. Ithaca approved this redesign last night, unanimously, I would say, by the City Council of Ithaca, and the night before by the Tompkins County Legislature with only 2 dissenting votes. This is going forward. The Chief of Police, Chief Nair, is disgusted by this, as is all law enforcement in Tompkins County and across the state of New York, that this individual is allowed to serve in any capacity on redesigning Ithaca's police department. An individual that killed, executed New York City cop and has only been out on the streets for a year and a half. What could he possibly have to add to this process. The only thing that needs to be re-examined here is the imagination of the Ithaca City Council and the Tompkins County legislators that allowed this individual to serve and has come up with this plan that is going to devastate law enforcement in Tompkins County. Crime will rise, people will be victimized. And this cop killer was part of the process to eliminate police from the city of Ithaca. Think about it for a moment. And that was hidden. That was hidden from everybody. As well was this whole plan. This plan was released by an uber liberal young mayor in the city of Ithaca, desperate for national attention, through GQ magazine. That's how law enforcement in Ithaca learned about the outline of this proposal, not even having it been presented to them. And the police involvement in this entire process was nil, minimal at best. Just think about if you had a child who was a victim of a sexual assault, and you go to trial, your child testifies about the trauma and the devastation of that event. The prosecutor and defense attorney do their closing statements. The judge charges the jury. They return to the deliberation room, and you find out that a juror in that room is a prior convicted pedophile. That's the way law enforcement feels in the city of Ithaca. That's the way I feel, and that's what we're here to talk about today. With that, I will turn it over to Senator Fred Akshar. Thank you.